Welcome back to Shard Collector Films. This is part 3 of the How to Play Heroes of the Grid series. This time, we're going over the action phase, or most of it, that is. So, you just finished your deployment of 4 or 5 deployments, depending on how hard you want the game to be. I forgot to mention this in part 2. So now, the Rangers go around the board and use their actions to defend Angel Grove, or whatever locations you have. There are 3 different actions you can take with these action tokens. Once all of your action tokens have run out, have been flipped over, then the action phase is complete, and you can start the next deployment phase. The first action that I'm going to go over is moving your ranger. So let's just say we want to go over and take care of the cogs because they have panicked the Stone Canyon High before we regroup and take out Ranger Slayer at the Industrial District. So we flip this token over and we move Jason over to Stone Canyon High. We can move anywhere on the board from any place. You don't have to move clockwise or counterclockwise, so you can move from here and go over here. That doesn't matter. You can also, if you're using more than one ranger, for instance, if we're using Jason, Mighty Morphin Red, and Trey of Triforia, Zeo Gold, in games that you are using more than one ranger, when you do the move action, you move both rangers to the same location no matter what. You do not have the choice to split them up. They have to move together. Now, in a game with more than one player, let's just say that this is our 2-player game. This is impossible, by the way. In a 2-player game, each player controls 2 rangers, but for the sake of this tutorial, let's just say that 2 players are controlling 1 ranger each. One ranger flips their action token over, and they go to take out the cogs. The other person moves. They can go over here and fight Ranger Slayer. I didn't mean to knock that over, but there we go. Not the wisest decision to take out a monster on your own either, but it is something you can do. I do highly recommend you all take the boss on together. Do not solo a boss unless you really think you can. Anyway, the second action I'm going to go over is the recover action. Let's just say that your combat deck is running low on cards. The combat deck is your life. You have to draw from it every time to supply your combat hand in battle. And you have to discard cards to defend yourself against attacks using the shields that are printed on the combat cards, that is. But let's just say you want to get your cards back. If you flip this token here and you decide to recover, you get to recover 6 shields worth of combat cards, and you get to replenish your personal energy if you have used it. The third action you can do is engaging in battle. If you engage in battle, you take the lead ranger token, you place it by your character card or your supplies and whatever you have, and you take the lead ranger keyword because you are the leader of the battle. I will go into battles in depth in part 4. With the core game, if you use the command centerpiece like I have, you can also move back to the command center and you can perform a free power-up action. This is basically a stronger recover. You replenish your entire combat deck by shuffling your discard pile back into your deck. You get all of your energy back and reset your character except for your hand. That's going to do it for part 3. Part 4 will be over battles exclusively. Talking about battles alone will take probably 10 minutes. And my last video, part 2, was about 11.5 minutes long, and I had some trouble saving it. So that's why I'm splitting this up, because I had a feeling this was going to happen. Anyway, until next time, this is Shard Collector Films out. Take care, everyone.